Congrats, Jack.
What does it say?
He graduated today from Maynooth in Ireland, Masters in Business and Strategy and Innovation.
Oh, congratulations
Excited.
for sure, bro. Excellent. I know.
Awesome.
I know the feeling graduating. We keep getting these little pop-ups over here. By the way, sorry for the erratic timing for today. It's been really bad weather today in South Alabama and the little island we live, Dolphin Island. The internet isn't always the best, and it's really bad when the weather is down. What does that say? Unable to chat, disconnected. Okay. Anyway, so keep it running over there just in case. So we have a really good show today written. So we're gonna give this a test run using my cell phone as a host to our internet. So if there's any issues with the internet, the sound, the quality, let us know because I would prefer to get that out of the way and just wait and do it when the speed's a little bit better. All right.
Mhm.
So with that said, let's get going. Today's a rainy day. It's really good to be doing two shows in a row. It's rare at this point, being so busy, that we get to do that. So everybody loud and clear.
Yeah, but I don't know that anyone could chat. That's I don't see how you see 1, 2, 3, but maybe that's because that was before.
Maybe so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he says good up here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start. I wanted to remind everyone that a match that has not started yet, the the Francis Tiafoe and Andre Rublev match, it has not started. And we are still taking entries for $50 US for anyone that can predict the score and the winner of that match. Okay. So we're good.
Where did you see that someone said they were good?
Right
That's
here.
way before, though. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we started a little bit early anyway.
Okay, hello, lads and ladies.
Yeah,
right, so that should come up. But if you don't see it there, I can see it here.
Yeah, I put the start time for 1:15, so we started a little bit earlier. But don't forget before we start that anyone that wants to get on that $50, make sure you're subscribed and predict the final score for the Tiafoe Rublev match. The players that we have logged in currently, if you turn that up, can you hear us? The scores that we have in locked in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The scores that we have locked in at this point are Gene Swart, DiBiase, B Riding High, Tatara, at Jack 2022. Congrats again on the graduation. Sasimo, Antek Kaminsky, myself, Carla, and Mark Roberts. Okay. Mark Roberts and myself were the only two people that picked Tiafoe to win.
Mark Roberts from Mirror Lake?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Okay. Yeah. All right. By the way, yesterday we gave out $25 as well.
Well, we still have to give it to him.
Yeah. B-Dog, Bobby Harris, B. Harris, he won that. So he correctly guessed what pair of shoes were my favorite. All right. Real quickly, the matches today that are going to take place in Indian Wells are the following. Matteo Berrettini and Lloyd Harris just began, and I thought that would be a pretty fun match. It's on in the other room. Kekmanovic, the Serbian, is taking on Vando Sozon. I have a really tough time saying that. Yeah, right? Jamie Munar and Taylor Fritz, followed by Schwartzman and Isner. The big against the small there. Exactly.
Yeah, exciting.
Let's go. Come on.
The big server against the little tiny, mighty, little mini retriever.
Yeah, and he can retrieve. I tell you what. Steve Johnson playing her catch, and her catch.
Woohoo! Exciting.
Well, you know, her catch is a pretty solid player.
Yeah, but he's kind of boring. Anyways,
he had a good U.S. Open run. One of my favorite players currently on tour, Bublik, is taking on Grigor. Federer Jr. used to be Dimitrov, followed by the $50 competition match, Rublev and Tiafoe. So not a ton of deep matches today, but some fun ones nonetheless. And on the women's side, fellow Romanians, Cirstea and Halep are battling now in the other room. Marchit and Samsonova. Samsonova is one that has been shunned in a way. She can't fly her flag. She can't play with the Russian flag next to her name because of the ongoing event in Ukraine. So hopefully that gets worked out because it's kind of tacky to kind of see that, right? Does it work?
Well, I did test here, so I can see it there. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that as kind of its own topic here in a moment when we discuss Azarenka and her meltdown on the court the other day, or yesterday. We have Swiatek playing Kerber. Good match. Two former major champions, right?
Mhm.
Swiatek won the French, and
Mhm.
Kerber has won multiple,
Mhm.
right? We have Dart playing Keys. We have Badosa playing Leylah Fernandez. Now, by the way, to me, of all the matches today, are the most exciting is Badosa playing Fernandez. Badosa, if you can't or if you don't remember, won this event the last time, and she could be the first. Didn't she win this last time, Indian Wells? Didn't she win the last Indian Wells, Badosa? I think the last person to repeat 2 years in a row was Martina Navratilova. I heard that earlier. That wasn't my research. Also, Rybakina is playing Golubic.
She beat Azarenka.
Yep.
Who was in tears.
No.
Rybakina beat Azarenka
Yeah.
yesterday.
Didn't Azarenka win the match?
She lost.
Okay.
3-4.
That's not why she broke down, though. Wait a minute.
Was it Rybakina she played?
No, I thought Azarenka won the match. In comments, who?
No, she lost the match.
That wasn't why she broke down, though.
No, I know, but she lost the match. I thought she lost it to Rybakina.
All right, we gotta check that out. I thought that.
There it is.
Where?
Told you.
Okay. Well, either way,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she didn't break down because of that.
No. I'm just saying the match where she broke down. I didn't say that's what she broke down,
Yeah.
but I'm sure she was breaking down too because she was getting her ass beat. So yeah, I'm sure that really had to do with it or strategy. I mean, I don't know why she was crying, but anyways.
Exactly. And Kudermetova, another one of the girls that is not allowed to fly her flag, is taking on Vondrousova, which
Kudermetova is the one that beat Osaka.
Could be another good match as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is just after 1:15. That's when I finally kind of set it to start. So we'll go from there. Are we good in chat? Is everything's working?
Yeah, I'm sure most people are sleeping. Go ahead.
That's all good. Let's go. Come on. We keep fighting no matter what. Okay. We're gonna start today's show with a topic. This topic has to do with an article and a subject that we have been discussing for the past couple of shows in a row. Okay, Carla, will you pull up the article that I sent you? That was from a sports writer that went on a kind of a long speech about Naomi Osaka.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to read this article. It's a little bit long-winded, so my apologies for that. But I'm going to read this, and I want everyone to think about it, and I want you to share if it's okay, if you don't mind, speaking freely. Some people don't like to touch on this, but share your thoughts on this gentleman's thoughts and whether you agree with him or disagree with him. So this statement comes from someone that has their own talk show, live talk show, televised, and his name is Ben Mahler. Okay, this has to do with Naomi Osaka. Pardon the long-winded aspect of it. If it goes on too long and you get the picture, I'll just stop. How about that? Okay, I have not told this to Carla. I told her I was going to read an article. Okay, are you ready? Quote, here we go. And by the way, the title of the article, Why Naomi Osaka's Reaction to a Heckler Makes All Female Athletes Look Bad. Okay, we've talked about this. Okay, Ben Mahler says the following, and I quote, There is a common theme here of Naomi Osaka struggling to deal with the requirements of her job. Everyone makes excuses for her, saying it's not her fault and it's someone else's fault. They always cover for her being incapable of doing her job. She knows again that she can cash in here. There were ulterior motives in play. She knows victimhood means big money. She's living that life and knows you can get really wealthy playing the victim card. Every teardrop is worth extra endorsement dollars. The advertisers eat this stuff up. By virtue signaling, she was able to make all this about her. The story is being triggered by some random jabroni in the crowd heckling her. What, you can't use this was sexist, this was man attacking a female athlete? No, you can't use that card because it was another woman. It was a girl on girl heckling. It's what it was. This was nothing. You suck. That is Happy Gilmore heckling. That's what it is. It's child's play. Imagine the chutzpah of asking for the microphone to address the crowd during the match and thinking that you could get away with that. She asked for the microphone, remember? Clearly, there was a safe space needed here. Naomi Osaka is the world's highest paid active female athlete. That is why the story matters. This is not a chump. She's the face of active female athletes as far as the top of the money game. Osaka is right here. This kind of activity makes all female athletes look bad. Toughen up, Buttercup. We are advocates of the fans' Bill of Rights. I am a supporter of heckling. I know there is a war on heckling right now, but in the sporting world, but heckling goes with its territory. It's part of the job. Not everyone is going to like you, and especially if you're in the public eye. Weakness will be attacked, and you will buy a ticket, and you pay way too much for these tickets. And if you don't like what you're seeing, you can heckle. And if you can't handle the smack talk as an athlete, then you should probably do something else. We need to stop coddling the athletes who are triggered by the heckling. I've heard a lot of, well, people need to change. Hecklers need to stop heckling. Humans are hardwired to heckle at sporting events, and this goes back to the Roman Colosseum days. This is not a sports issue. This is about any live performance. If you want to compete on the big stage, whether it's athletically, politically, comedically, you name it, you're going to have to handle this. The term peanut gallery started from live comedy shows. People would chuck peanuts if they didn't like the show that was being performed. Politicians are bombarded with trolls. It's a part of life when you're in the spotlight. These athletes like Naomi Osaka are like, no, they're being mean to me. Stop. It's not all about you, Naomi. Naomi is laughing all the way to the bank, and a number of bleeding hearts in the media will say how sad, and tennis has to put a stop to this. But it's sad how we've gotten to this point where the media is so sympathetic to these weak and pathetic athletes.
Well said. Weak.
Thoughts on that?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on that? Think about that. And we've talked about it for so long. It's not that we're picking on Naomi Osaka. It's that we're picking on the people that lap it up and start joining in on these. Oh, so, bless her. I feel so sorry for her. Are you serious? She says she doesn't want to curse, but yet she's flipped everybody off with her boyfriend at the U.S. Open. And this isn't just about her. Let's go to Azarenka. Let's go to Victoria Azarenka for a moment. Okay. Do I like Azarenka as a player? Yes. Do I like her hideous squeal? Hell no. It's awful. I can't watch her play without turning down the volume because my TV speakers blow out and my ears come apart from the inside. It sounds like a squealing pig going through a nitroglycerin plant and whatever. But during yesterday's match, she was playing Rybakina, right?
It was in the second set.
And she starts crying and breaking down, and for no reason. It wasn't like at a dire point of the match. No one heckled her, but she found a way to break down. Now, what that got her a lot more attention on her match, and it allowed journalists and media coverage to start saying, well, she's from Belarus, and Belarus is on the Russian side, and somehow that's tied into her, and she's so devastated because of it, and blah, 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 blah. Okay. She cashed in on it too. No one cared about the match with her and Rybakina yesterday, but yet the Western media cared about it after she broke down.
I thought that maybe she was crying at first because she was hurt. Yeah, she was losing the match. I thought maybe she had her arm wrapped up. So I thought, hey, maybe she's hurt. But she kept crying and crying. Personally, I thought it was a bad distraction for Rybakina. Rybakina was right going to the umpire and asking her, hey, isn't there like a time violation? I mean, girls are pretty good at fake crying, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Very good at it. I can't do it, though. I have a hard time even really, really crying unless it's something you can't something like that has to do with my kids or somebody hurt my family member or something. But she was crying like she was like really hurt. I have a hard time believing that she was crying because of what's going on in Russia and Ukraine.
Well, okay, but here's further than that. If Azarenka wasn't just being a theatrical performer to get clicks or to get endorsements, then what else could it be? Because, by the way, this is the first time that a country such as Belarus or the aligned with Russia has invaded a country since she's been playing. Mm-hmm. I mean, how old was she when the Crimea thing happened?
I thought it was an injury thing, Gene. I thought it was. And that's what I really thought it was. I thought her arm maybe, but she seemed to play the point fine. Going back to, we can't see the comments here, so I have to see them here. William Spencer said, imagine Novak, Rafa, Daniil breaking down crying because of such a crowd comment.
Exactly.
They've been mocked into oblivion.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. No. I agree with you. I mean, well, no, what I'm going to do is
okay. But
I agree. I agree with this journalist. Enough, Osaka. Fucking grow up. I mean, let's be real here. Grow the hell up.
Right.
Because someone say you suck. You know how many times I heard my dad tell me you suck and you think I cried and that's personal? I mean, come on.
I agree.
Get over it. You're making millions of dollars. I don't feel bad for you at all.
Yep.
It's time for you to woman up. You're not a little girl. You're not a rookie. You're not Coco Gauff, 18 years old. You are a woman who has a man, who has a mansion, who travels the world. And it's time to stop crying.
Yep.
And to address the crowd. That's why I said yesterday, why would you give her a microphone? Why would we allow...
She asked for the microphone.
Why would we allow the youth to see weak-minded people? Yep. The tough survive, the weak fail. That's just how it is.
Survival of the fittest.
Do you think in Africa, the kids are getting slaughtered, if they were weak, they would survive? No. They have a reason to cry.
I agree.
Come on.
Survival of the fittest. It is what it is. But again, we have talked about it, Carla and I, and all of us together as the 5K family.
And stop making excuses. That's the problem. That we got all these psychologists and all these people. Man, stop making yourself the victim. Stop.
Exactly. Look, the saying that we say all the time, be kind because everyone is fighting a tough battle. That goes back to Plato and to people before Plato. That was just kind of the written history beginning of that statement. Mm-hmm. You know, the world is not easy. It's really not. And for athletes at the highest of their, and not just for Osaka being at the highest of her game, but the highest paid female athlete in the world. And now she's having a trickle effect. Now other female athletes that are very, very, very economically set, they're now following suit. No, you cannot tell me. I'm not hating on Azarenka. I like Azarenka as a player. Just because I hate her squeal doesn't mean I dislike her game.
I like Azarenka, but I agree with Jean.
Come on, man. I mean,
she should have gotten a code violation. She took a long time. William Spencer said, huge issue we have now is that society, you can't tell anyone anything as you'll get mobbed by people saying you're insensitive.
Yep.
Sometimes kind words aren't as kind in the long run as a boot up the ass.
Yep.
And then let's go back to Wayne Chia said, Rafa said it right. We live a charmed life. This is part of the sport. Toughen up. I read where Andy Murray said, hey, hecklers is part of it. You know, you have to learn how to deal with it. I mean, he gets heckled a lot. Michael Walker said, I feel Osaka pain, Bill Clinton voice. I mean, look, Serena and Venus, they had a reason for her to even bring up that whole thing. This shit wasn't about racism. Come on. This had nothing to do about racism. Nothing. Nothing. And I didn't know it was a woman. Even worse.
Yeah, she was.
It makes it even worse because you can't say it was sexist.
Yeah, she's just getting heckled, and now because of this whole thing that she created about emotional. Now people can't even do what fans do. It's like we were talking about. I'm not going to get back into it again because I've said it the last two shows. But
she makes $60 million.
So Carla and I again we go to a lot of clubs, but the team that we coach goes to a lot of clubs and there's no fans because it's just like the coaches and the players, right? And no one can ever cheer for them. And you know the whole club that we go to or school, everybody's cheering for their people. But God, heaven forbid, when I cheer for mine, I get thrown out of the damn. It's crazy, man. It's just suck it up. That there's the person that screamed "you suck" had every right to do that. Don't we live in a world in which if you go to a sporting event, I can say let's go.
Be like Kyrgios. I mean, they tell him you suck, then he's like, then why you here, man?
Why you here?
Why you here, man? Why you here sitting watching me?
Yeah.
Come on. Did no one teach this girl?
Exactly.
You would think she's got a Haitian dad, Japanese mom. These guys are tough. Culture, right?
Yeah. And you can't tell me.
And you lived in
and she's won 4 majors, and as well, she started as a junior player. So you can't tell me during all of that.
And you can't tell me Vagine was nice to her because he seemed to be an ass.
Yeah, because of what it takes, we know much less at that level. She's been through shit. She has seen shit. She has heard smack talk. She has thrived off of it. But her publicist is doing a great job of saying, we can make you more money now if you act like this.
I'm the type of player that I would not be able to ignore it. I would be like Kyrgios in that sense. You know, like if someone ever tells me anything, like at my kid's game, some kid was pointing to me, I have that New York attitude. I'm going to snap back at you. And that's just how I am. And I'm going to keep snapping back at you. So you feel me more. Exactly. I think I would be more like Medvedev, like F you, and I'll keep going. We can keep going. Let's go. Who's going to win?
Let's go. Bring it on. and the same goes true at any level in the coaching world. It's the same level in the players' world. Whether what sport it's in, it doesn't matter. How many times in college
But
football
this has
or
nothing
NFL,
to do with racism, Michael Walker.
it has nothing to do with
This
racism.
one does have
This has
nothing
nothing
to do
with
Come
racism.
on,
It has
man.
nothing to do with some. That's what I was reading.
Not this.
It came from another female, so it's not sexism. And the person didn't call her out like she had issues. She was losing, and the guy was just like, "You suck."
It was a girl.
And a girl,
I'm sure she
a
did
girl was
with
like, "Just you
racism.
suck." So you telling me? Are you telling me, Mike Walker?
No,
you know I love you.
No, he said you can't tell me that she hasn't heard racism in her tennis career.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard racism. He's heard racism. I've heard racism.
Man.
Big deal. I remember one time in Florida, I was parking my car, and the lady's like, "You don't understand English. You can't read the directions. You're going the wrong way." I said, "Ma'am, I can speak English and Spanish. What do you speak?" I mean, I've dealt with a lot of racism. We all all races within your own race. African Americans deal with their racism. If you're too light, if you're too dark, Spanish, if you're too white, if you're too dark, if you're mixed, we all deal with
If
racism.
you're from Venezuela
This has
or Mexico,
nothing to do. If you're a woman, if you're so much shit out there.
I get tired of hearing the racist shit. It's just an old. It's a millennia old excuse for people to bicker and fight. And it's just so stupid for Osaka to continue this emotional
I like her, but
well-being
damn,
thing.
I get tired of
She's
it.
cashing in just like the sports writer said. There's if it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, acts like a duck, looks like a duck, it's a damn duck. And we've talked about this for 2 years here, and obviously we're not racist.
I want to
it's just truth.
I want Osaka to win those slams because I love her game. Don't love her or the way she acts, but I love her game. I think that players that are up and coming players should watch this lady play. Yeah, I love the first serve, the second serve hard. I love that she's aggressive and that she's a risk taker. It's the type of game that I would like Lily to play, to emulate. You know, that's why I make Lily watch Osaka. That's why I make Lily watch Serena, players that are aggressive like that, even as Azarenka. But her being so weak-minded, I don't want my daughter to see that because I don't want her to think it's okay to be that way. I want her to be tough like Steffi Graf. I want her to be tough like Serena Williams. I want her to be tough like Henin. You know, like Kleisters, they fought. Navratilova, they fought. Evert was tough. You know what I mean? Players like that. Celis was tough. Players like that. Even Sharapova was tough. She was mentally tough.
Agree.
Even when she had to go up there and admit that she cheated, she was still tough.
Look, there's very few players anymore that you are willing to give your child the remote control to watch tennis. Not that they always want to watch it, but okay, name a female player that you would tell your child you can watch the match start to finish no matter what happens with the volume all the way up. So we're talking about two players that have had theatrical meltdowns in this tournament, Osaka and Azarenka. One blames the whole Ukraine thing. She's from Belarus. The other blames emotional health reasons, right? Mm-hmm. So in other words, I would love for my daughter, which we have 5 children, I'd love for any of my kids, male or female, to watch Azarenka play, but I want to turn it down because her squeal's too loud and I don't want my kids to grunt. And then I want to turn it down and turn the video off because I don't want to see her sell tickets to her bank account show when she's trying to put the war together with her demise at
right now I would tell my daughter watch Barty. Yes.
Barty, there you go.
Watch Barty.
Let's go.
Definitely watch Barty because she is a great example. And I'll go back to some players that are not playing right now. Andreescu's another one. She was a fighter, though the style that she had. But she never whined. She never whined, Justin. She's a smart player. She had everything. She had touch. She had power. She was a fighter. She was not your typical super linguini girl. She was a thick girl. I like that. The fact that, hey, everybody can play. It doesn't matter how you look. You can be a fighter. You can be smart. Another one that I liked is Henin. Henin was a great example of a classic player. Kleisters is another example that I would love. Leylah Fernandez so far has proven that she can act the right way on the tennis court. She's a fighter. Yep. You could feel that she is very down to earth, very human. You know what I mean? Yep. She's not trying to fake something.
She's playing Jane. Her dad is real.
Yes.
Her father was Jose Fernandez or Jorge. I forget what his first name is, but you can tell that he is real. They've been through tough times. They've been through things. By the way, we're speaking about some of the crazy money that athletes make in this context by blaming certain isms on their absolute zero association with the truth. But did anybody hear that Aaron Rodgers just signed? Aaron Rodgers, the NFL Green Bay Packers quarterback, just signed a 3-year deal, or I think it was 4. Either way, 3 or 4 year deal for a guaranteed $150 million guaranteed.
Hey, he earned it.
Well, the whole problem I have with this is that Devontae Adams, his wide receiver, has caught like 1,300, 1,500, 1,300 yards for the last 3 seasons, respectively, and they don't want to pay that man. So the problem I have with Aaron Rodgers is that for this few months off season since he lost in the playoffs, he's been saying, I'm not going nowhere without Devontae. I'm not going nowhere. Oh, there's a red card on my porch. That's got to be good luck. I'm not going anywhere without Devontae. I'm not going anywhere without Devontae. But now that he's got his contract, they hit the salary cap on Devontae, and he's like, oh, hush, hush about Devontae. And now what's Devontae going to sit out all through training camp so he doesn't get hurt?
Well, maybe he should throw a little something to him, right?
Anyway,
doesn't Tom Brady do that to some of his players? Throw them an extra.
Devontae Adams is arguably the best receiver.
No, but what I'm saying, doesn't Brady do that for his team?
Aaron Rodgers couldn't throw Devontae Adams enough cash to make him. Yeah, it doesn't. Not that much cash. Okay. Anyway,
well, let's go back to some comments here. Someone mentioned, what about Iga? She's aggressive and pretty tough.
Fair enough.
Speaks well.
Who said that?
Ellis Fire. William Chia said the other time I recall childish behavior was Hingis in the 1999 French final against Graf. Yes, I remember that. That's because Mama protected her too much.
So LS Fire's comment. I like this one, and LS Fire's been part of this kind of 5K crew for a while. And I will admit that when Iga Swiatek, we were doing this show then with you guys, and I think she won the French Open, and I was still kind of questionable. Like, is this another one of those one and done things? Is she going to disappear next week?
She's still trucking.
I guess for a moment in time, I thought Swiatek could be like a Raducanu.
No, she's definitely not a Raducanu.
But she's not. She's still here, and she's still plodding along, and she's still working. So I'm beginning to have to tip my hat to Swiatek, right? Because she's doing her thing. She hasn't faded away. You don't see her doing Bikini Cosmo Met Gala appearances. And by the way, why is it that Emma Raducanu got a Met Gala appearance after winning the U.S. Open and Iga Swiatek got a nothing after winning the French? Is it where she's from? Is this another ism? Is this another?
She was not different looking, and you have Raducanu.
She wasn't rich. What was it?
It was a mixture. I don't know.
So
people have. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. So I can't tell you.
But think about that. Ask yourself that question.
I don't know.
Why? Remember the Serbian, the beautiful, lovely Ana Ivanovic, one of the most beautiful.
Maybe
girls.
she did get invited. You don't know.
But look,
because we weren't paying attention to it.
Poll question. Type this in there. I don't know if you can.
The chat thing is down here.
Okay,
but I'll do the poll. I can still create.
Poll question: is Ana Ivanovic one of the most beautiful girls that has ever walked the face of the earth? One of the most beautiful girls that's ever walked the face of the earth.
Beautiful.
And look,
that
walked the face of the earth. When she won the French Open, respectively, she got the limelight, for a little while. But it was pretty much hit or miss. And here's this gorgeous girl. I mean, wow, that makes.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Hey, what's up, Stefan?
Let's go, Nizovic. But look, but Ana Ivanovic makes Emma Raducanu look like a dirty rag or something, and I hate to say that, but it's really hard to beat the beauty of Ana Ivanovic. Maybe Gabriela Sabatini.
I think Gabriela Sabatini. They're all beautiful. I agree with Michael Walker. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, because what you might think is beautiful,
good point.
Someone might think she's just average, and someone else might think another girl is beautiful. I think there's a lot of beautiful tennis players. I think some of the girls,
Badosa's nice.
Some of the girls, when they play tennis, maybe they don't look as pretty, but when they're out of the tennis outfit and they're dressed up or they're going somewhere, they're a completely different player. You're like, wow, you didn't even realize it. So yeah, I have to even look like Steffi Graf when she was in her. You didn't really think much of her, and then when she came out in Sports Illustrated, you were like, oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. So I disagree. I can't say that she was the most beautiful, Justin, because there's other players that in my opinion, were more beautiful than her, but that doesn't matter. The tennis skills to me is number one. And if I could pick any player, I would have been Serena or Steffi Graf, hands down.
As
Forget about the beauty.
Yeah,
I'd rather be
look,
them.
if I could pick any male player to be, I think it would have been Stefan Edberg. I always had a love for Stefan Edberg. That would be the guy that I'd always want to be myself, because then I wouldn't know you. But anyway, but Stefan Edberg. Okay, switching gears, ending that segment on this. We are all foolish if we, as sports fans and as connoisseurs of tennis and players and coaches or whatever it is that we do, we are fools to think that politics has not crept its way into tennis. We are fools to think that now blaming certain isms or emotional distress is not a way to sell more tickets and or to get more sponsors and or to make more money. We are foolish to think anything other than the life is tough and people will try to get richer and hustle you on the way. And there's nothing new about this. Just like someone said earlier in that article, this has been going on since before the gladiators and Roman Colosseums. Correct?
Yelena Yankovic, she was Justin's crush, if I remember. No, I think it's Anna Ivanovic.
No, Anna Ivanovic, but Yankovic was pretty too. But
yeah, her own way.
Helena Yankovic, another very pretty girl, but to me, just not near the level of Yankovic. Now, Yankovic should have won a major too as well. Didn't Helena Yankovic make a U.S. Open final?
Yeah, I think. I don't.
And lost to maybe Serena.
I don't know, but I didn't know this. Jan Michael Gambo is extremely good looking. I agree with you. And
Who said that?
And the only openly gay male tennis player.
All right.
I didn't know that. I thought that he was dating an American girl player. I didn't know that he was gay. I always thought he was very good looking. I mean, I remember his little curls on the top. I mean, it wasn't so curly, but I'm shocked. I didn't even know that. Wyndham Chia said, hell was Moody was beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful people in the world. Again, like one person might say this person's beautiful and another person might not think this other person was beautiful. It doesn't matter. Let's go back to some comments. William Spencer, what are you saying that I think I'm going to be the only one? No, I did the poll thing, but I can't see it because this chat thing is down over here.
Yeah. So because we had bad weather today, we had to tether my cellular phone to the computer so we could still interact and see. But for some reason, because I'm tethering it, that live chat.
You voted no. Ivanovic is like 7 for me.
Really?
Good looking, but there are some around now I'd rate higher.
Who? Rank? Let me hear that. Is it Badosa?
Type it.
Is Badosa
type
up there?
it. Just type it.
Yeah.
To me, I think that, and he disagrees with me. I thought Kornikova was better than Ivanovic. Just saying.
I'm not a big fan of blondies.
Just saying.
I'm not a big fan of blondies.
And I think, to me, Sabatini is better looking than Ivanovic. Sabatini's 50, and she still looks better than Ivanovic.
Sabatini's classic.
You look at Ivanovic, she kind of looks dry now. Like life's kind of, or the husband sucked a lot out of her.
Yeah. The husband sucked the life out. Okay.
But you look at Sabatini, she still looks complete.
And she still carries her book. She always carries a book when
I'm just saying.
she walks. Okay. Next topic. This one should be brief unless we elaborate. Novak Djokovic regains the number 1 spot from Daniil Medvedev after having lost to Gael Monfils in a 3-setter, but a relatively decisive 3rd set. Let's go, Monfils. Great job for you to beat the linguine noodle with the new high top fade haircut that doesn't look like it's really even.
Damn, is that the quickest ever in history to be number 1? 1 week and boom, done. 2, maybe 2.
That's a great question.
I don't know. That was pretty quick. Djokovic is like, thank you, Monfils. Thank you. But, Djokovic has so many points. I think they said it was like only 150 points difference. So it wasn't much.
I don't know. But look.
And he didn't play the Australian Open. Imagine if he did.
Yeah, no, thank goodness we don't have to laugh at the ATP rankings anymore and see a gentleman that's kind of a dick and, still kind of fun-loving to the crowd. And when he has to.
The haircut didn't help you, Medvedev. Yeah. You got to go back to your style.
Yeah, and still doesn't have that great of a short court game, inside, half volley, net game. Big flat hitting guy from, way behind the baseline. So I'm glad he's not number 1 anymore. No disrespect.
Wait, Carlos Moya and Patrick Rafter are gay? Really?
What?
No.
Not that Patrick Rafter.
No.
Patrick Rafter definitely is not.
No.
Patrick Rafter is Patrick Rafter is a surfer. We followed Patrick Rafter a lot.
Way.
I know Patrick Rafter isn't for sure.
Come on, I gotta look this up.
Do you remember the movie Journeyman with Rafter on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incorrect there. That's fake news. On Rafter. I don't know about the other guy. Who, McEnroe?
No, McEnroe.
Who'd he say?
He's married.
Yeah, exactly.
He's married. It says here married.
Clickbait.
No way.
Okay, anyway. don't even waste time on such jargon. Okay. So anyway, I'm glad to see Djokovic back at number one. However, does this expose loopholes and maybe something that needs to be addressed with how the rankings are even formulated in the first place? For how many years have we been talking about problems with the ranking system? How is it because a tournament Djokovic doesn't play, someone goes from number one in the world before a tournament that Djokovic didn't play, loses in a. I know how it happened. He lost points that was accumulated. He didn't defend. I understand that. But then someone, okay, so look, Roger Federer gets injured. He gets a protected ranking for his knee. So Djokovic can't play because he didn't take a vaccine he doesn't want to take, but he doesn't get a protected ranking. So this is what I'm getting at. Do we have now geography-ism or where you from-ism or who you are-ism that dictates who gets protected ranking and blah, 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 blah? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about it. Djokovic was number one in the world.
WNBA says no perfect ranking system.
Okay. Well, at least if you're going to protect someone's rankings like Roger Federer,
well, I mean,
at least protect his too, because it wasn't his fault. He just said,
there's nothing saying, there's no rule about that. So I disagree with you.
Okay.
I mean, the funny thing to me is that they were only 150 points away with him not playing the Australian Open and a few other tournaments that he didn't get to play. So that to me is pretty funny. That's how many tournaments it took for Medvedev to be number one and lost it. Yeah. So no, what Michael Walker was saying, no, he wasn't talking about them being gay. He said that Patrick Rafter was number one for a week and Carlos Moya only.
Yeah, interesting though, right? Mm-hmm. I must say it's an interesting conundrum because again, Roger Federer blew out his knee. They protected that brother's ranking, but Djokovic, hey, I didn't want to.
Roger Federer's done.
Well, yeah, of course, but I'm just saying though, he was protected for years to keep him in an area of draws, in which he would have a bye. So they wanted Roger Federer to go deeper in tournaments. I mean, it's not rocket science. The proof is in the pudding, right? They protected Roger Federer's ranking and any other high-ranked players so they could get further.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Wait, William Spencer.
Oh, damn.
He's saying, so Novak's been gayer for more weeks. Everybody confused because you can't read the chat thing. So these guys are just having fun.
That's cool. As long as they know that our screen's messed up. Okay. Anyway, there should be either protected rankings for all that can't play because of things beyond their ability or not. So I don't find the difference of, say, Federer getting a protected ranking for X amount of weeks or a year because of COVID and injury, but yet Djokovic doesn't get one still because of COVID because he doesn't want to put something in his arm. Now, by the way, we heard something today that now there's a fourth COVID booster that you have to get. So you don't have to get one COVID shot, not two, not three, but now four. So, I mean, I think Djokovic is just like, one was enough. Two, it just don't protect someone's ranking because of it and not someone else's. And I just find that peculiar. He couldn't play because of COVID. Neither could Roger, and they're both protected. Or one was and one wasn't. Go figure. Okay, enough of that. Rafael Nadal, his best ever start to a season is now 17-0 on the year. Has not lost a match in 2022. Thoughts on Nadal's season? How far can he take it? How many majors does he win?
It doesn't mean anything to me that he's had 17. I think with Rafa, you just never know his body, He did struggle a little bit with Evans. Again, he had to figure it out. I did watch his match, Again, he had to figure it out. But, as he's Rafa. I mean, my dad said it well last night, man. Rafa and Djokovic, these guys are seniors in the tour, seniors in the tour, professional tour. And they're proving what it is to be a champion. All these guys should learn from them. Is
either one of them whining about someone heckling them?
Mm-hmm.
How many times has Novak Djokovic? How many times has Roger Federer? How many times has Rafael Nadal been playing tennis and had someone shout out there, "Stop winning, you saw it"? It's part of the game. But the couple of the women now have cashed in on, sometimes when I think about such as the Osaka thing the other night where someone was heckling the crowd and then she asked for the microphone to proclaim, sometimes, do you think maybe she paid the heckler? Hey, go up there and heckle and then I'll start crying. And then we'll both cash in on my latest book.
Stop it. Michael Walker said he wins the Grand Slam this year. He's going to break Navratilowic's record of 1983-86 to 1. LS Fire says, please talk about the light balls Rafa mentioned, problems with the balls. I didn't even know he mentioned the light balls. Good information. Thank you.
Yes. And look, we were talking about balls just the other day. As coaches, sometimes the balls that we get are from one brand or another.
Yeah, we do notice the difference.
And we notice it a lot. So especially feeding the balls. So a lot of times we get Diadem balls, and a lot of times we get Dunlop balls, and a lot of times we get pin balls, and sometimes they're all mixed up together. But there are balls that when we feed, they're a bit heavier. It's kind of a duller feed. And then there's balls when you play with them, like, wow, that last ball I hit the same shot. I know I struck it about the same. I've, hit it a million times, and that ball flew 3 feet longer. And anyway, the balls are important. Now, the thing with tennis balls is they average, and I think this is by rule. And I didn't write this. I wasn't prepared for the question. But I think it's a rule where a tennis ball must be between 2.4 ounces and 2.6 ounces. So I can check my math on that, but I think that's correct, 2.4 to 2.6. And then there's a certain level of fuzz on each ball that fits.
And when Gina's like just cashing in, boy is like paying up, man. By the way, I didn't mention to you about Jean.
What?
Jean, the girl that he likes, or the girl that, he's looking at, his neighbor across from him.
Oh.
Gave him breakfast today.
What?
Jean, you should in return bring her breakfast or lunch or dinner. And you should make it yourself. That would be more special.
Yeah, breakfast in bed is quite an interesting thing. The only reason why I married Carla is because when I first met her,
the only reason you married me?
You brought me breakfast in bed. You brought me breakfast.
The only reason you married me.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
I'm just kidding.
I don't even bring you breakfast in bed now. You don't even like eating breakfast.
But you did back then.
But you don't even like eating breakfast.
So you at least.
But you don't eat breakfast. I thought you fooled me. Like, I used to make you eggs and all that, and you would eat it. Now I know you don't like eggs.
So you remember the first time?
So you lied to me.
You remember the first time I spent at your house when you brought me for breakfast in the bed?
It was like sunny side up eggs
with like the Mexican or the fresco crumbling cheese.
Oh yeah.
And then there were some refried beans left over from the night before, and then there was some Milanese steak left over from the night before.
Okay, yeah, but you don't eat that now.
Yeah, so she
fooled me.
Yeah, she brought me. So I met Carla. I stayed over. This was after a long period of courtship. She was a good girl. She brought me breakfast in bed and a cup of, and it was your coffee. You had this Brazilian coffee maker thing. And it was like Spanish.
Yeah.
So it was like this thing. It was like this big, and it had this thing, and it came out like all gritty, but it was gritty, so it made it like really strong. Mm-hmm. So I woke up and I'm like, we had played tennis for like 10 hours the day before, and then I had like this Mexican crumbling cheese and refried beans, and oh man, and I think there was some bacon in effect. I was like, what's this girl I'm about to do something with? And I was like, what's up? Let me get your number now.
You have my number.
Oh.
Let's see. So Jean said, let's see. Let's go back.
Yeah, no, we were talking about Nadal's start.
Yeah. So but Jean said we gave each other food. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
And so said Jean's halfway. He got the breakfast. Now needs the bed part.
Come on.
William, you are terrible.
Get the breakfast in bed.
Michael Walker said, Jean, listen to Janet Jackson. Let's wait a while.
There you go. Don't listen to Janet. Don't do that. Don't listen to Janet.
Ellis Fire said Rafa said he did not know where the balls would land. I guess talking about the tennis balls. Ellis Fire said I made a 3-course dinner when I proposed to my wife.
Let's go, Ellis Fire. Romantic. You're a romantic. Mm-hmm. I used to write her poems.
Yeah.
I did. I write like 2-page poems.
B. Harris said didn't matter back then. It was Goo Love. B. Harris, you won, by the way. So send your Cash App thing or whatever you got, Venmo. I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah, he guessed my favorite shoes yesterday. He won that competition. But yes, when Carl and I first met, we would walk through Walmart going grocery shopping, and people would walk up to us and be like, "You just met. You're in love." We'd be like, "Huh?"
And now when you see couples doing that,
we're like, but like the Jeffersons, like. I'm like George Jefferson, and she's Wheezy, it's like that's how we roll. We're like the Jeffersons now, but
now we're like, you go that way, I go this way.
Yeah, and look,
meet you in the middle.
Yeah, have you ever seen the movie Harlem Nights? And it's got Red Fox in there, and then it's got the lady that was like she was the boss of the how do I say this politically correct? She was like the boss at a lady's house, and they always why are you leaving the last bit of orange juice in the refrigerator? Shut up. And that's us now.
What was your favorite shoe? You said, tell Michael Walker asked what was your favorite shoe?
My favorite shoe is a Jordan Infrared 6. So it's a black kind of suede shoe with with infrared, like a hot pink, and then the icy bottoms. That was always my favorite shoe. And my oldest son Jonathan, who is at the Air Force Academy, who's a sophomore there, his roommate's from Nigeria. So in Nigeria, they have access to a lot of the older stuff that's long been gone from here, but very new. So his roommate went to Nigeria and told Jonathan that he knew that I liked Jordans, and there was a pair of they weren't brand new. I didn't have a box, but they were like new. It was like brand new without a box.
New,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, look, I'll get these for you. It was like $50 US. So I was like, bet on it. Bow, bow, bow. Sending them. I was like, give me those. And then like a week later, I got them from Nigeria, and have I ever worn them once since? I have not even put them on my feet.
You will. I'm sure you will soon when the opportunity happens.
Like to that fish.
Well, it's like me. I have like so many dresses in my closet.
I hadn't even worn them once.
With tags. I'm like, well, my son's graduating in May.
Oh shit!
So I will wear one of them.
Let's go, and I can wear my Jordans for the first time there.
There you go.
Okay, next topic. Nick Kyrgios talking a little smack last night after having beat Casper Ruud, which, by the way, has been kind of a flaming brisket for a while. In 2019 in Italy, I think it was in Rome, Casper Ruud and Nick Kyrgios had a little altercation there, a little on-court drama. And they've been trading licks on places like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and so forth for a while. Nick Kyrgios went out and whipped that ass last night, talking a little smack en route. And after winning, says, I don't hear any more talking now. What are your thoughts on Kyrgios at this point? What you got?
I thought it was funny because he just proved that Ruud ain't nothing. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's like, Casper Ruud, Casper who?
Casper who?
I mean, to me, I don't think he has a great game. If you watch Nick Kyrgios, he's kind of toying with him, hitting it back to him. He's like, all right, cross court, let's go cross court. You want another cross? Let's go cross court.
Yeah, what's up with the U's in people's names that just haven't quite gotten it done recently? Raducanu, who would a U? Andreescu, who? You got a couple of U's there. Oh, Casper Ruud, that's a W. Oh shit. Yeah, watch out for the U's.
I guess they have some history, right? They have some history or something.
Oh yeah, they got history.
I like the fact that, he was like, you mentioned something about you said you showed me a video.
Yeah, well, okay. So after the match, Kyrgios shouted to the crowd, not to Ruud directly. They shook hands afterwards. It was a nice
but he
handshake.
didn't even look at him. He was like,
yeah, it was cordial. Put it that way. It was like Ukraine and Russia talking right now. Okay, you're blowing me up, and we fought, but let's just make this politically correct and get out of here, and then we'll go back to bombing each other once the camera's off of this type thing. But Ruud had been calling Kyrgios out for a while. And by the way, the tirade that happened, Kyrgios did in Italy, caused the chair umpire at that point in time to come out. No, Kyrgios threw a chair. Didn't Kyrgios throw a chair and the umpire had to go down and get the chair? Something like that. Anyway, Kyrgios, by the way, I like him because he talks smack. I love to talk smack. Man, I've got I want to get into that again, but I talk smack. I don't even care.
We talk smack when we play against each other.
I've played this game my entire life. I've been through ups and downs with it. I've had major injuries. I've been where I can't walk for a year and a half because of it. I've been at the highest points of it, the lowest points of it. I've played it. I've coached it, string the rackets, the equipment, run clubs, and whatever. I'm talking smack, right? I think what makes you and I different when we coach is we're not scared to tell you that right now you suck. You need to get better. You need to hit that damn ball better.
Well, I think Blakely's like, geez, Carla. She's like, you're blunt. She laughs about it.
So, okay.
She laughs about it.
Okay.
She laughs about it because
we're not we don't want to be the type of place where it seems like we're taking your money. We don't want to be those people that are just coaches to look at themselves in the mirror. I think we want to see results, and we know in tennis it's really hard to see results. It takes a long time. So we will tell people right out of the gate, this is going to take a while. Let's work hard. But forget about the parents aspect of it. Let's look at the student aspect of it. We'll have a 15, 16, 12-year-old, 5-year-old. I don't care. If they're not playing well and being lazy, we're going to tell you, move your feet. You were just teaching Miller the other day, Katie Crane's son. And he's such a wonderful kid, or young man. And you would say, move your feet. You're being lazy. Come on, man, move. And you don't get a lot of that anymore. And I feel like that for another topic, another day, but I feel like that's a big reason why tennis is hurting, especially in this area of the world.
E. Harris, I will send you that thing in Cash App. I got a new phone, so I'm downloading the app and stuff, and I'll send it to you. Promise.
Okay, by the way, Nick Kyrgios has not dropped a set at this point and this Indian Wells tournament. Your thoughts on him winning the tournament?
She said the bluntness is definitely appreciated.
Let's go.
Well, because sometimes it's like, to me, it's like it's hard for me to lie to students and say you're doing wonderful when I know they're not. They're doing like, I'm probably too blunt with the little kids, because sometimes I'm like, why are you not listening? I'm not here to babysit you. I do tell them that I'm here to teach you. I want you to learn. And if you don't listen, you'll never learn. I said, do you always want me to feed you balls like this? Drop balls the whole time?
Oh, you did so good.
Yeah.
You did so good.
They'll look at me
and it's not,
it's just, I can't.
Yeah. It's not comfortable to be
I
the
just
coach
can't.
saying that either. I think coaches that look, okay. So for instance, here's something. We meet a lot of people that come and we ask them, okay, we're just meeting you. Let's check out your volleys. Let's see how they look. And they hit a backhand volley with two hands on the racket. So they're hitting two-handed backhand volleys. And supposedly they've played for a while. So,
well, the worst,
it's hard. It's hard to say to someone that was such a great volley, even if it was a good winner, when there's two hands on it. We should have one hand on the racket, bow on the backhand volley. And if there's two hands crammed on there, how can you say good shot? You just can't. And we're not going to do that. And I think that's important for coaches to do. I think you should be honest.
The worst for me is when the parent says they've been playing for 2-3 years, and how do you think they did?
Heartbreaking.
And at first I want to say, well, you wasted your money for sure, but
yeah,
I say they still got a long way to go.
See it all the time. We see young junior players that come to us, and their parents have been paying $50, $60, $70, $80, $120 an hour for one coach for an hour. And they are playing for 4 years or 5 years, and you ask them just to check out your volleys on day one, and they have two hands on the racket with the backhand volley. And then you say, okay, you've been playing for 4 years. Okay. Your mom's paid a couple $100 a week for those 4 years. Let's look at your serve. And they're still coming out there with a semi-Western forehand grip and lollipopping the serve. And you're asking yourself,
oh, shoot, I hope it's not an emergency.
It's not like you're asking yourself anything. It's just like you're trying to feel sorry for the parent there, right? If it's an adult, it's different. Let's get them to play and have fun. But when it's a child and not much money's involved, and they're still at that type of level of beginnership, you have to get a little frustrated when you see it.
Right.
Okay. Nick Kyrgios, again, hasn't dropped a set this tournament. He's been serving lights out. However, so has Riley Opelka. Right now, is Riley Opelka just as good as a pick to win the tournament as Nick Kyrgios?
Yeah. Michael Walker says anyone could beat Nadal, but Nadal could beat anyone else.
Agreed. He played Riley Opelka is going to play Nadal next, isn't that correct? Doesn't Nadal play Opelka next?
No, I thought it was Nick Kyrgios.
No, it's not Kyrgios next. I think Nadal plays Opelka next.
Are you sure?
I'm not 100%
I know
sure.
Opelka just beat Shapovalov in 3 sets.
I think it's Opelka. I may be incorrect, and I probably am. I'm great at being wrong. This, by the way, this win that Nick Kyrgios had over Casper Ruud, as you say, Ruud who? Andreescu and Raducanu. This was Nick Kyrgios' first win against the top 10 player in the past 2 years. Like Dan Patrick's show on NBC radio. Stat of the day, stat of the day. This is a stat of the day. Remember that one? I love the Dan Patrick show.
Yeah, I'm looking to see, because you asked, I'm looking to see who plays
okay.
next.
By the way, Nick Kyrgios does seem to look like he is in the best shape, maybe of his entire professional career. And why do I say that? You can always tell if someone is a little puffy or overweight, or maybe been hitting the Twinkies a little too hard by their cheeks, their puffiness in their face. Andreescu,
Sinner,
Yannick Sinner, there you go.
And then Nadal plays Opelka.
When you see Naomi Osaka with puffy cheeks, she's going to probably lose because she's ate too many Twinkies. When you see,
she'll be fine.
When you see, who else are some players when you see with puffy cheeks that you're like, oh shit, Milos Raonic, he's a puffy cheek, Pillsbury tire eating dude. Who's another puffy cheek player that you see? Anyway, Kyrgios would always show up puffy cheeks. Looks like he's been drinking beer for 3 weeks, but right now he's got some definition in the cheekbone, so he's not so puffy. So I think whether or not he makes you believe that he doesn't work out or not, if you look at the structure of his cheeks and his face, he's not as puffy as he used to be, which means he is not retaining as much water, which means he's probably pretty darn healthy right now.
Or maybe he's getting it a lot because he's got.
Oh, he's tapping.
He's got Instagram.
He's tapping.
He's his girl. He's like,
ooh,
he's like all over her. Remember, there was an article that said, I gotta get me some.
He's tapping.
Otherwise, I'm not happy. That's what he said. I gotta get me
floor,
some, or
tap,
I'm
tap,
not happy.
on the
He
floor,
said,
tap, tap,
for me, he
on the
said,
floor,
it's
tap,
important.
tap,
And you see the Instagram, her legs, like, he's like all over her. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's he's losing
So
a lot
maybe
of weight.
he's happy. Maybe he's playing good tennis because he's happy at home.
Yeah, he didn't need a trainer. He just needed a girlfriend. Just me and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
All I need in this tennis game is me
What did
and
he
my
say?
girlfriend.
Man, Shelby Rogers in shape. Oh my God! But didn't she lose? Didn't she lose to
Fernandez?
Fernandez, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a good match. But yes, Shelby Rogers did look in better shape.
I did not look. I didn't notice that. I'll go back. Alcaraz looks good too, but he should look good, guys. He's 18 years old. Are you telling me at 18 years old your body was not rock hard? I know mine was.
All I need in this
There
life
should have
is
been
saying,
18. You're
me
like
and my
on top of the
girlfriend.
world. I mean, gosh, your body's like you can get it in shape like that.
What?
Try getting the body in shape in 30s and 40s, and 50s and 60s.
Kyrgios wins his first major because he had a steady girlfriend.
Mhm.
Okay, next up, Leylah Fernandez has won 16 of her last 20 matches, 16 of her last 20. And Emma Raducanu, who has only won a few. Raducanu won a few. Leylah Fernandez won 16 out of 20. Told you so. Squash that.
Yeah.
Jensen Brooksby.
He might as well be one of the
might as
brothers,
well.
yeah.
No, I have something about doubles and that had to do with that. They were right next to each other. Okay, so Brooksby takes out Tsitsipas, Sissy Boy, Tsitsipas, Dad Weiner.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Medi, Tsitsipas, and puppy hater. Goodbye. Shows you that men's tennis is like women's tennis right now. You never know who's gonna win. You throw it, you flip it. Unless Djokovic and Nadal's in it, then you know.
Yes, and this just reiterates the epic failure of this whole next gen cheesiness that we had to lap up for like 5 years. So we had the next gen with Zverev and TM and all these guys, and then that didn't work. So they did the next gen, and we had things like Yannick Sinner and Felix and all. Anyway, long story short, now they're just in the thick of it like every other player and recountable open era recorded history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, now that we don't have to deal with that crap anymore, Brooksby comes out at least in the household name category. Like he comes out and we all know about him basically after winning the first set against Djokovic last year in the US Open. Isn't that right? Didn't Brooksby win the first set off Djokovic and everybody got behind him?
Yeah.
No, or was that Holger Rune? Anyway, whatever. But what I'm getting at is here you have a young buck that's been on scene less than the likes of Zverev and Linguini Noodle and Sissy Boy and all these puppy hating people. He's been on the scene less and has already got more attention. It's been like a year and a half.
And his game is not pretty, but maybe he has improved. Maybe he has improved since the U.S. Open.
And he doesn't even have a real serve. He doesn't even serve hard.
Effective. Yeah. Yes. Chichino.
Let's go. All right. Ow.
Good job.
Adios. And I'm glad this worked out. The show with my phone being tethered for the internet. Don't forget that there's still $50 on the table. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You can turn your notifications off if you don't want to be bothered. Just hit the subscribe button and predict the winner and the score of the Rafael Nadal that's twice I've done that. Predict the final score of the Francis Tiafoe and Andre Rublev match, which take place at 9:00 tonight, California time. We are in Central time, so it'll be 11 o'clock. No, it's opposite. 7:00 California time, 9:00 p.m. Central time. If you guess it and you're subscribed at the time by guessing your score, we will send you $50. BDog02 Bobby Harris.
I'm about to send him his.
Sending you $25. Bobby Harris, my man, has bought our family numerous pizzas. So that would be really shitty. Lunches. Yeah, but we got.
Jose P said, "Do you have a pen?"
Yeah, I do.
He said 6164. No, score.
Who's he taking?
Tiafoe.
There you go.
You gotta write it down.
There's only 3 of us that have taken Tiafoe.
You gotta write that down.
Myself.
Oh wait, write another one, Michael Walker.
I'm coming. Get my pen.
Hold on, guys. So how far is Loxley, Justin, from Foley?
Shit, that's a long way.
How far is Loxley from Foley?
15 minutes.
She said it's pouring over there.
Waste of time. I told you.
She asked me if the matches were still on. By the way, Robert My daughter is not playing the high school match because they scheduled it for today, and she was in National Honor Society, but Christopher is. So Christopher said, Mom, I'll beat him in my pants. My pants.
Yeah,
My shirt. I'm not even changing clothes.
Okay, can we? This is kind of funny. So, okay, this may not be interesting to most, but it's pretty entertaining, honestly. So, Carl and I help coach a high school tennis team. So the tennis match was supposed to have been yesterday, and it's like a 2-hour drive for us here at Dauphin Island. We have to drive across Mobile Bay, across Mobile Bay, and then all the way to the south for like 2 hours. So then we have to drive 2 hours back. So we were told yesterday that the match was yesterday. And so we're hustling around, we're grocery shopping. We're like, oh, we got to hurry because we got to drive all the way 2 hours. And then we're halfway back from the grocery store, hauling ass, running ragged. And we get a message, oh, my bad. I messed up the score sheet. The match isn't today, or it wasn't her. Anyway, so we came home like, whoo, man, we get to take a break. But then we find out today that the match is happening, but today, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our 12-year-old daughter goes to middle school, like way over here, and she had a National Honor Society thing. So she had her dress on, she had her nice shoes we just bought her, and she was really proud of that. So we couldn't go and pull her out of school because we had no idea at the last minute. And then my son Christopher goes to high school like 35 minutes that way. And then my other two kids are over here at elementary school on the island. So it was an impossibility to logistically handle that.
No more misfits.
It was no way in hell we could get that done in like 2 hours. So Christopher is taking a ride with someone that goes to his high school. And
he said no more misfits.
Look, we couldn't get Chris's racket.
No, I took his clothes.
Oh, he got his racket and
I dropped
clothes?
it off to someone that was heading over there.
Yeah, so
but he said, I don't have to, Mom. He's like, I got this.
Yeah, so Christopher has decided to play this match tonight. And his pants from school, which is uniform. So it's like khaki pants and then like a collared shirt. So he's going to play his match tonight in Vans, like suede green Vans, khaki pants with a belt and his shirt. And he's going to play his match that way. That's how we roll. That's the life we live.
Hey, my brother beat a lot of players in like jerseys, like Kyrgios and and Jordans.
Let's go. Come on, grind. It doesn't matter what I got. Let's roll. Let's battle.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we were only here. We're supposed to be working right now, but we can't because it's really bad weather and we live an hour away from where we work. So it can't. If it rains half the day, we can't sit here until like noon and just run right up the street and go to work for club hours and come back because we have to drive an hour, clean the courts for a couple hours until we can coach the first hour and then come back. And then ultimately with gas, $6 a gallon, there's no way in damn hell.
What? No, it's not $6.
$5.50, whatever.
Or something.
Same difference, but it's hard. It's hard to navigate all that.
We will be back tomorrow. And Blakely, you have a lesson tomorrow.
Let's go. Blakely,
I hope we're working that two-handed backhand. Remember, wrist. If she's still watching.
Yeah. Next time I see a two-handed backhand volley, I think I'm gonna.
No, she's got a nice one-handed backhand. She actually understands that part, so that's good.
Vamos.
We live 45 minutes away, but with traffic, yeah.
You know, we haven't signed out in a while with the Djokovic thing. Do you want to do it one time? Let's go left, center, right.
No, we don't teach there anymore, Michael Walker. Remember, we're teaching at a club now. Michael Walker, where you been?
What's up, Mike? Let's go left, center, right.
No,
and then
she does not. Left. No, which he knows you don't have a two-handed volley. You have a nice one-handed volley and a forehand volley. You better get ready, girl. Doubles tournament is full.
She's playing?
She's playing.
Who's
She's
she
playing with Mark. I'm going to get on
Mark who?
Mark Roberts.
Oh, good.
I'm going to get on his butt tomorrow. You know, we're going to train hard.
I wonder who the favorite is to win that. That's why we're doing we're going to do a draw ceremony. So we have a tournament coming up in 2 weeks. So we're gonna do a draw ceremony. So we're gonna put all the team's name in like a hat. And then next year we'll have it seeded based upon the results of this one, or maybe not next year, but next few months. We're going to do this type of thing often. So we're going to pull a name out and okay, you're playing this person. Okay, pull another name. You're playing that person on that. Anyway, so
it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I had to change the food truck. They canceled me. So we got Frank and Lola's and they added new stuff to the menu. They'll be there at 4:30. We'll have water for you guys, fruits and everything. Should be fun.
And this food truck I'm looking forward to because you told me they did chicken wings.
No.
Oh,
they added chicken sandwiches.
Oh, and like heroes and stuff.
Some type of gyro.
Gyro. How do you say that? Have you ever eaten Mediterranean food and say gyro, hyro, gyro? How do you say that?
And Wayne and Chia, we're teaching at a club now. We don't teach in Dauphin Island. Justin has a whole bunch of videos of the whole club of the court. How did you miss that, Wayne? And Michael Walker.
I still love Wayne though.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anyways, peace out. I'm gonna go work out. I told him for the first time I'm gonna go work out. I haven't worked out in months since I left Dolphin Island. So I'm gonna go lift weights because I feel like my legs need it. I'm gonna go lift some weights here. I'm gonna do some squats, no running because I do plenty of them.
Hey, Gene Swart. Hey, Gene Swart. Don't forget about that breakfast in bed, bro. You're doing big things right now.
No, the breakfast wasn't in bed. They're not even dating. He brought her back, like, you know, neighbors.
In the morning?
Knocking, you know, like
that means, look, Gene Swart, when you bring food to someone's house early in the morning, that's saying, hey, baby, I want to spend every morning waking up next to you.
That does not say that.
That does say that. What else is that saying?
I would like to get to know you a little better.
Okay, if I wake up in the morning and you're coming in my door and I'm not even waiting, you bring me a cup of coffee.
No, you knock on the door.
You're setting the stage for what you're going to do for the rest of your life.
No, you got to say, no, you're not. I want to get to know you better. That is your, like, you know, little, I don't know, like icebreaker.
Man, I tell you what, this girl hooked me with crap like that.
Hey, I definitely don't, but I don't think Osaga's fat. 1, okay. 2, I mean, I work out because I want to keep training other people. If I don't work out, then it's going to be tough for me to do it. You know what I mean? So I do it. Yeah. I do it for my health. I do it because I want to be able to keep up with the juniors and all that. And 3, I still have little children. So I want to be able to keep up with them.
Yeah, I think what Carla's saying is that she works out so she can continue to be different than every coach that we meet at our age that sits there and feeds balls. She's not doing that. She's playing with you. If you want to play a set, let's roll. And she's risking injury every single time that she or we do that. I do the same thing. We're risking injury. So we go out there and we get injured. Then you know what? We can't feed our family. Literally, we've been through this before. So we stay fit so we can make sure to be different than everybody else.
Right.
Okay.
All righty.
Let's go, vamos. Let's go. Ric Flair. Woo! Ric Flair.
Peace.